Hello gamers, this is Th3Ruthless, and today's message is do not get tricked by tier lists in Mecha Break. And why I say that is because every map has a specific tier list and specific mechs that excel on this specific map. Let's go see each map one by one. And if you ask yourself, why should I trust the Ruthless with this tier list, it's because I was almost at the top 10 playing solo without friends. When the game was on demo version, and because I have more than 150 hours in it. So this is why you should trust me with this. So before we go in and explain every map, I will tell you that I have three categories, S, A, and B. That means that S is the category that excels every time that you take this mech in the specific map, while A is good enough for this map. I wouldn't suggest B. So whatever you do is learn one or two mechs from S category, and if everything is taken, you need one mech from A category. So let's go. So I will start by the order of the images right here. First of all, we have the Eye of Misra, a dense circular amphitheater with sightline choke points where you have to upload an uplink. I would put Alisnes on A, Aquila on B. Aquila is a very good sniper, but it's for completely open fields. He will choke on the A point here by being useless at that point. So I would put on the same Falcon as well, because he might be useful outside, but when the game is inside the closed area, there is nothing he can do. So what are we doing here? We are talking about absolute best for each case scenario. So that's why Falcon is on B tier right now. Generally, he's a very good mech, but in different situations. I would put Hurricane on B as well. Inferno would be S tier for this map. Then we have Lumina. I would put here on B tier for this one. Narukami is an A because he can stay on the pillars and in different positions as stealth. Panther is an S tier for this one. Pinaka is an S tier, maybe an A, but Pinaka is always useful. Okay, so you can place here either on S or an A. I will put here on A. Serenith, very good for points in general. Skyrider would go on B. Stego would be on S. Stellaris would be on B. Tricera on S. And Velkin on S for this map. Moving on, we go to Palmbay Harbor. Open docks with cover crates and water hazards. And some confined spaces, let's say. So, generally, Alisnes is an overall good mech. Okay, so most of the times will be on A. I don't think that Alisnes excels in a map really much, but we will see as we move forward. So we have Aquila. In this map, he's on S tier because the Palmbay Harbor is really open, and if you dominate the skies, you almost dominate the map. The place that the map has an inside area is very small. So Falcon, for example, also excels, and every flying unit. Now Hurricane. Hurricane is a B tier here. Inferno would be an A tier. Luminae. Luminae is an A tier. Narukami here is an S tier, of course. Panther is not very good in Palmbay Harbor. I would put him in B for this one. Now, Pinaka would be on S tier for me. You can either put here, actually, I'll put here A with Luminae because they are both supports. Serenith would be on A. And the reason she is on A is because when someone like Triceratops went and stays on the vehicle that you are transferring, she can use her orbital ability in order to remove them from there. So she will stay on A. Skyrider, of course, is an S tier unit. Stellaris is a B tier. Velkin, I would put him on A. Now, Stego and Triceratops, they are objected to positioning. So if you go and stay, most of the people stay with Tricera on the point to move them. So I will put these two. You need to position very well in this. So I will put them both on A, actually. So, because this one, absolute masters of the sky, are very important on this map. So moving to number 3, we have Cape Blanc Observatory, multi-level domes connected by narrow corridors, mountains, and you have to extract something from the antennas. I don't remember exactly the name. So here is a map where I list cells. Now I would put, because we need constant damage. For me, on this map, Aquila could be on A amongst with Falcon. Hurricane is definitely B, as well as Inferno. Lumini is support, so mostly supports will be on A. Narukami, I've seen many Narukamis on this one. A very good Narukami would be an A. Even though I would not recommend it so much, because I said you will stay behind and you need to reposition yourself all the time, but I will put her on A because there are some very nice spots to play. Panther is a name. Pinaka, I would give her an S, to be honest, on this one, Pinaka. Serenith is very important as well. She will get an S because we have points that need to be captured. Sky Raider would be a name. Tego would be an S for this one. Very, very long range, very good damage, amazing. Stellaris would be a name. Tricera, Tricera would be an S in this one as well because they can protect the point very well. And Velken, of course, he uses his dome in order to capture the points. So this was Cape Blanc Observatory. And let's hop on to the next one. Here we have Kraub Sinkhole, cratered pit with central tower and sloping ramps. Now, Kraub Sinkhole is ABC points. Listeners, I would say, is an S for this one. Now, if you want to control the mid, you can take Aquila and Falcon. So I will put them both on name. For me, they are not an S here, they are a name. Hurricane, Hurricane, the B. Inferno would be an A. Lumini, an A. Narukami, an A as well. Not very fond. Panther would be an S for this one. Pinaka is also an S for this one because she uses her barriers. And using correctly your barriers on point capturing is very, very important. Now, Serenith is also an S tier. I will put Sky Raider. Stego, not so much because he has. I would put him on B on Stego on this map, maybe on A. Stego is a very good mech, but he needs to have open. I will put him on B for this map only. Stellaris, this is the time for Stellaris to shine. I won't put him on S because I don't think he's a complete mech right now. Okay, let's put him on S. Let's put him. Then we have Triceratop. He's definitely an S here. And then we have Velkin, also an S in this map. Now, number 5 is Gracelynn Skycity. Gracelynn Skycity is a deathmatch. Very hard here. Listeners would be your name. Aquila. Aquila has a lot of strength on these maps. He has freedom to move around. Falcon, S tier as well. Then we have Hurricane on B. We have Inferno on A. Lumini on A. Narukami on S. Of course, there's a lot of free space there. Snipers. Panther. I would put Panther on B. Pinaka on A. Serenith would probably be a name. Sky Raider, of course, is an S. Stego is an S. Hands down, you can stay up and dominate everyone from above. Stellaris, if you can go to the back lines, would probably be a name. I will put Velkin on B, even though it's one of my favorite characters, because you have to hide. Like your job with S and A characters is much easier than with melee on this one. So Stellaris is probably a better idea because he has stealth. But other way, I think if you play with proper players, enemies will melt you if you go with Welkin in Skycity. And Tricera then will be on A as well. Then we have Stella Observatory Island, which is mixed open zones and tight domes. Here our listeners would be an A or an S. Let's put an S here. Aquila would be a B as well. Falcon would be an A because we have a mix, and Aquila only excels in the very big open spaces. Hurricane is a B. Unfortunately, I think Hurricane needs a bit of rework, to be honest. Inferno would be a B as well in this one. Not many closed spaces. Lumina would be an A. Narukami would be an A, I think. And then we have Panther, definitely B. Pinaka be an S on this map. As not as well, maybe Senate is an A on this map. Then we have Sky Raider, which is Sky Raider would be an A for this map. Stego would be S tier on this, as well as Stellaris. And then we'll have, along with these guys, Misra and Velkin, unfortunately, on the bottom. A very different map, a very different tier list. Moving on, we have Vigil Imbrium, a dense urban with interior rooms and rooftops. So, our listeners here thrives. Aquila is B, Falcon is B, Hurricane is B. Then we have Inferno. Inferno will be. Lumina and A supports are always welcome in every game. Narukami on A. Panther would be on S. Pinaka would be on A. Serenith is a definitely A. Sky Raider, unfortunately, is a B. And Stego would be on A. Stellaris would be on S. Tricera on A and Velkin as well on S. This is a map that melee shines really good. Now we have 3 more maps left, with the 8th one to be Longmen launch site, which is wide open with runaways and sniper towers. So you know what that means. Our listeners will be on A. Aquila will be on S. Falcon will be on S. Hurricane on B. Inferno would be on B as well. Lumina is an A. Narukami is an S. Panther is an A. Panther is an A. Yeah, no, it's a B. Very open space. He has enough mobility, but I would prefer Velkin instead of Panther on A. So Pinaka is on A. Serenith here is on A. Sky Raider is on S. Stego. Stego. I would put Stego probably on A. Stellaris on B. Tricera on A. And Welkin on A. And this was Longmen launch site. Now the 9th is the Poseidon Armory. It's a mid-range with water hazards and choke points. Now the weird thing here is, okay, Alistin is on A, but Aquila is on S because he has many nice points that he can stay and snipe. Whether Falcon cannot be moving around constantly, especially with this middle tower until it collapses. So then we have Hurricane, which is on B. Inferno unfortunately is on B also because there are some spaces that could be compact, but it's mostly an open space area. Lumina is on A. Narukami is with Aquila on S. We have Panther on A. Pinaka on S. Serenith. Serenith is very good map. It doesn't excel, but it's very good. Sky Raider would probably be an A because he has area of effect missiles. So this could be good for the middle point that there is in Poseidon Armory. Then we have Stego, it's the top tier on this one. It takes some time for him to get up, but once he gets up, he's amazing. Stellaris, not so good. Tricera, I would probably put him on A because he's always a safe choice. And I would put, generally, I would put Velkin on S. Generally, I would put Velkin on objective, on capture objectives on the first point because he's always an S tier because he uses his shield and he can capture the point. So if you start capturing the point, go to 20% and then open your shield, you have almost a safe capture every time. So on capture the point maps, Velkin is a god. And we are finally on the last map, which is Babylon Sky Fortress, high altitude multi-level platforming. And there is no guess, listeners on A, Aquila and Falcon on S. Dominating by Sky Mechs. Now we have Hurricane on B. Inferno. Inferno on this map, I will put him on S. He's an amazing mech for this particular map. Luminai on A. Narukami, of course. You know what? I would put her on S, but there are not enough points for her to stay and grab onto. So I will put her on A. That's the only reason. Because Aquila can stay almost forever on the sky. Like Narukami has to be running around hiding. Panther would be on B. Pinaka, of course, is here. Serenith. Serenith would Sky Raider would this one. And Stego. I don't know. I don't like putting Tricera and Stego on B, but one of those times where all the other mechs will go on B. So again, I said all mechs are really good, but in some maps, some excel really much and some not so much. So if we were to create a list according to the previous maps that I explained, why every mech has its own tier for every map, the most well-performing for the most maps would be in this list. So let's say our listeners would be on A because she performs as an A on most of the maps. Aquila would be an S because he performs best on most maps. Actually, I would put our listeners to B. And Falcon on A. Hurricane would be a definitely D, sorry. I would put Inferno on B as well. Lumina is support. I would put her on C, unfortunately. Narukami would be on A. Panther would be on B. Pinaka would be on B. I think Lumina needs a bit more power. See, Pinaka is more powerful than Lumina. This is the vibe I'm getting when I play. Now, Serenith is pretty good. I would put her on B. Sky Raider would definitely on A. Stego for me would be an S+. Sorry, not S+. Stellaris, be either a C or a B. I will put him on C because I think he's very fragile. I think I kill him with Velkin, I mean, like in 4 hits. Tricera would be a B, and Velkin would be an A. So, as you can see, in most cases and most maps, Aquila and Stego outperforms the other mechs. Now, there are many maps that Falcon, Narukami, Sky Raider, and Velkin are really good. This is what we get from this one. It says Alisnes, Inferno, Panther, Pinaka, Serenith, and Tricera are most balanced for all the maps, let's say. Lumina and Stellaris and Hurricane drop later on the list. I think they will need a bit rework. I think Stellaris also was not tested on the beta, so he will get a bit of buff, or people don't know how to play him yet, including myself. Serenith, from what I've seen, which is a newer mech, as well as Stellaris, will be needing more testing in order to prove their worth. For now, Serenith is a good for occupating sites, let's say ABC. So this is why she gets higher grade than Stellaris. And her abilities are really fun. Also, like making enemies believe that are your allies and blah, blah, blah. It's fun to play. So this was the true tier list that you need to know in order to perform good in every map. Now, there are tips and tricks for each one of the mechs, and you will learn them by playing or by watching my videos. Oh. And whatever you need, you can always find me on my streams, or you can message me on my Discord, and I will always reply for any help that you will need with the game. I will be dropping tips and tricks videos for Mecha Break. I hope you guys enjoy the tier list. I believe that you will find this very helpful for the maps, and you will understand why I made this tier list. And I hope you guys enjoy it. See you in the next one.